What makes you feel good? What floats your boat and makes your steps lighter? What puts a smile on your face without fail and make even your hump day blues disappear? Well, those are the kind of positive ideas we want to focus on because from this point and on, it's good vibes only. On Good Vibes Only, we invite some good people into the studio to talk about good things only, and that is whatever makes us feel happy, whether it's foods, moods, hoods, or goods. And today's good person with the good vibes is a guest whose journey is as delightful as the pastries he creates. From crunching numbers in mathematics to crafting delectable cookies, he has seamlessly blended his analytical prowess with culinary artistry. And his name is Hanbit Cho. 안녕하세요.
Hello, 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다.
Welcome to Wonder Hours.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for coming. Could you start by introducing yourself to our global listeners?
Of course, indeed. Hi, everybody. I'm Hanbit. My name is Hanbit Cho, and I'm a professional pastry chef with a very interesting background. And currently, I'm running Wonder Cookies, which is a Korean-style American cookie shop in Seoul.
That's amazing. I'm so excited for today's show because I love cookies, and I have so many questions for you. But like you said, your background is so interesting. I can't wait to talk about it. You earned your bachelor's and master's degree in mathematics.
I did, yes. Nothing to do with pastry.
Nothing to do, exactly. By the way, this is your first radio show.
Yes, it is my first radio.
Oh.
I am slightly nervous.
Are you?
I am indeed.
Me too. I'm always nervous too.
Well, I'm sure you'll lead the way.
Oh yeah, well, I'll do my best. It's your first radio and it's on Wonder Hours.
Yes.
What a coincidence because your bakery name is Wonder Cookies.
It is a complete coincidence. And yeah, I'm just glad that it's Wonder Cookies with Wonder Girls Hyerim.
Yeah, on Wonder Hours.
On Wonder Hours, yeah.
So
Wonder.
Wonder. Triple wonders today. Yay. How did you come up with the name Wonder Cookies?
So, you know, when you name a shop, a brand, it has to be simple and punchy. And that's why I thought of Wonder, which is a two-syllable word. So it's very short and punchy. And also because I'm opening a shop in Korea, it needs to be easy for us, for Koreans as well.
That's right.
So Wonder Cookie is easy in Korean as well.
So when you were creating the name, did Wonder Girls kind of come up? Did you think about the Wonder Girls?
To be really honest,
No.
no.
Oh.
I have to be honest here.
Because that's how we came up with our name too. We wanted it to be simple and friendly, something easy that people could, resonate with. Yeah, so I love it. Perfect. And,
Yeah.
oh, this is so beautiful. Thank you so much for the cookies.
No worries.
If you're
Enjoy.
watching us on YouTube, here's the cookie. It's so beautiful. And the cookies are so big.
They're large and they're meaty and they're heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, look, can you see it? It's so colorful. I feel like this would make a wonderful gift.
It would, yeah. Especially May right now in Korea.
It's May.
Yes.
Yeah, you can just buy the cookie and give it to someone you love or just anybody. Because who doesn't like cookies? I've never seen anyone who doesn't like cookies. Lovely. Thank you so much. Yay. Going back to the script, we were talking about your degrees in mathematics. So it has nothing to do with pastry, but how did you get into that? Did you enjoy math from an early age?
I did. I enjoyed math. And, initially I wanted to do engineering at uni. But I got along really well with my math teacher back at high school. And that's why I did math.
Oh, you got along well with your teacher.
Yeah, and I got a good recommendation, and that does matter. So that's how I ended up doing math rather than engineering, although they're not miles apart, but they're quite different. So yes, I ended up doing math.
Are you glad that you ended up doing math? Was it your thing?
Yes. Well, the degree itself it wasn't easy, I would say. Yes, it's doable at high school, but then once you enter uni, it becomes a different world, and it becomes very, very tough.
I'm sure, and you went to Oxford University.
I did, yes.
Mathematics major at Oxford University.
Yes, that's right.
Can you imagine how difficult it must have been? Math, wow. I just have so much respect for people who are good at math because I wish I was a little bit better at math, but that was my weakest subject, math and science. I'm not that side?
Well, I think it's all about enjoying it. If you enjoy it at an early age, it becomes easier.
Okay, how do you enjoy math?
That's a very difficult question, actually.
How do you enjoy math? That was my biggest 고민, concern
Okay.
as I was growing up when I was a student. Because math put down all my grades.
Yep.
So how do you...
Well, we have that question later about me doing an educational program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Well,
should
can we come to that?
We'll come to
question
that later.
Yes.
Okay. You know, this, speaking of math, this reminds me of a homework that my teacher gave me when I was back in middle school.
All right.
I think grade 8 or 9, something like that. And my math teacher gave us an assignment. He told us to write a short essay about what if math was a food? What would it be and
Wow.
why? And that was our essay topic. What do you think? What if math was a food?
Math was food. Well, if you don't enjoy math, then it'll be like vegetables. It'll be like veggies, right? But if you enjoy it, it'll be like steak.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's whether you like it or not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My answer was ginger. Like, I know it's good for you, but it's not tasty. It tastes bad,
That's a good one,
but
yeah.
it's good for your health.
Yeah.
That was my answer. I was
Yeah.
just
That makes
suddenly
sense. That
curious.
makes sense, actually, yeah.
So like you said, it wasn't steak because it was not my favorite.
Or cookies, yeah.
Or cookies.
Yeah.
So how does one go from majoring in math and working in finance and consulting to enrolling at a pastry school?
It's a very, very big transition.
Yeah, must have
it's
been.
it's a completely different world. And a lot of my colleagues and my friends are still in finance and in strategy consulting. But I ended up becoming a professional pastry chef, right? So yes, I do get this question a lot about why and how. Yeah. And if we talk about why, it's because I always wanted to enter food and beverages, F&B in general. Yeah, I wanted to do something in F&B, when I was young. So back in my uni times and when I started work, what happened was, I was in London because I went to Oxford, then I started working in London. While working in finance and in strategy consulting, on the weekends, I did a food stall, like a food truck.
Oh.
Yeah, and I sold Korean burgers back then.
Korean burgers?
So when I say Korean burgers, it's like galbi burger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like marinating the patty in galbi sauce, right? Yeah, and
Is that what you made?
Yes,
Oh.
and 제육 burger, and if you think about it, it has to be good, right? Galbi burger, like
yeah.
nobody
고기
wouldn't
meat
like it,
burger.
right? Yeah, exactly. So I did that for like about a year and a half, and people liked it. So then I thought, this might be a good way of leading my life later on.
Wow.
So that's where it all sort of started, and I started becoming serious about it. And then when I came back to Korea, I opened a cafe, and that was many years ago. So I opened a cafe, and because I wasn't a pastry chef back then, I hired a pastry chef.
Oh.
So I was just the manager and the owner who ran the cafe, right? A dessert cafe. And then I quickly realized that it was better to take the matters into my own hands and just learn the skill myself. So that was kind of the how and the why.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So
Yes.
you opened your bakery in this year, January, but this isn't your first
It isn't my
bakery
first, it's
school.
my second. And I had kind of a long rest period in between where I was teaching. Yeah,
Teaching,
pastry, yeah.
So did you enjoy home baking before enrolling at pastry school?
Well, funny thing is, I don't actually have any experience in baking. Well, I didn't have any experience in baking before. So I think the question here is, how did I choose pastry out of all the food and beverages out there?
Yeah.
Why did I choose this topic to delve into? Well,
because you could have stayed with Korean burgers.
I could have done that. I could have done that. But that was back in London.
Yeah.
So in Korea, it would have been more difficult to kind of do Korean burgers, right? So I looked at the whole spectrum of food. And then I wanted to choose something that I can be good at. And I'm usually good with making things with my hands. Something something with finesse, something that looks nice, something that's beautiful. And that's why I chose pastry. And actually, I chose pastry rather than bread. So that's why I chose pastry and to become a pastry chef. And yeah, I'm okay now.
If you like, if you're good at like decorating and you like beautiful
Yes.
platings, you
Yeah.
could have got into fine dining too.
Possible.
Did you think about consider that?
Not really,
Not
because
really.
getting into fine, I think, I was entering my early 30s. So I
Oh.
think getting into fine dining and starting that whole career would have been, would have been too much. Yeah. Yes.
You know, my dream was to open my own bakery store.
Really?
Yeah, I was into baking for a while. When I
Okay.
was doing 활동 with the Wonder Girls,
All right, right. Yeah.
those were the days when I would bake. When I had time, I would be baking at 숙소.
It is the best thing to de-stress, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Or did you
until I
get-
made an apple pie and that I totally ruined
Okay,
it.
it stressed you out.
It ended up being that way. But yeah, there was a moment when I enjoyed baking, and
Yeah.
my dream was to open my own bakery store one day.
Yeah. It's fun. Baking is fun. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very amazing to see somebody who achieved the dream that I once had. Because
Yeah.
if I were to open my bakery, I would have called it Wonder Cookie. I would have liked to it looks like my
it's natural,
dream.
right? Yeah, yeah.
Or actually, I wanted to call it Lim's Bakery, but
Okay.
Wonder Cookie sounds like
Yeah.
something that I would, want to make too.
Yeah.
So, did your math background come in handy when you were learning to bake?
It's a yes and a no, because in terms of using actual maths while baking, the only thing you actually use is simple arithmetic. So addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division is pretty much all you do. You don't do differentiation or integration when you're doing, or calculus or any sort like that when you're doing baking, right? You
Yeah.
wouldn't.
You would, yeah.
You
yeah.
wouldn't. So in that sense, no. But having a math degree does help in terms of, let's say, the soft skills. So for example, if you study math, you will acquire problem-solving skills, reasoning, persistence, organizational skills, because that's all the skills you need for solving a math problem, right? So those skills came in very handy when I was developing a recipe, right? So you need reasoning, so you add in a few ingredients. You use your reasoning to think about what's going to happen when it comes out of the oven. So those kind of things, right? Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow. Wonder cookies, wonderful. All right, I've got lots more questions for you, but let's take a quick song break first. We've asked our guests for some requests in advance, and this is one of them. So let's listen to 김동률's 다시 사랑한다 말할까, Shall I Love You Again. We just listened to Kim Dong-ryul and his song 다시 사랑한다 말할까, Shall I Love You Again by our guest, Chef Cho Hanbit. What a good old song.
I love it.
Yeah. I love the songs that you brought in today.
Thank you very much.
Older
Yep.
K-pop ballads,
Yeah.
K-ballads. Beautiful. So when the music was going on, we were talking about the cookies. And can you tell us what your signature menu is?
Yes, so I have a couple signature cookies. So the first is Earl Grey Peach. So it's Earl Grey tea with peach jam on top. So it's very fragrant.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not a common pairing, but as a pastry chef, I try to introduce very new stuff. So yeah, Earl Grey Peach is my favorite as well.
That's your favorite?
Yeah,
And
and-
also the signature?
Yes, and also because we are located in Bukchon, which is a very old area with all the palaces.
So beautiful.
Yes, so I thought I had to add something very Korean.
Yeah.
So we have the black sesame 찰떡, which is Korean rice cake, right?
yeah.
and that's our signature as well.
It looks absolutely delicious. It's so 아까워 to eat it. So I'm just looking at it right now. All right, let's take a look at some comments. Estelle Sabrina says, "Hi, chef, getting hungry. It's lunchtime. What's for lunch, chef?"
What's for lunch? We've already had lunch, right?
Oh, I haven't, not yet.
Okay.
What did you have for
I'll
lunch?
be honest, I skipped lunch because I got nervous.
Oh, me too.
Yes, I got nervous. It's my first radio.
Aw.
And yeah, it was probably not the best idea to have lunch, so I didn't. Now I'll have lunch afterwards, right?
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I normally don't eat when I'm working.
You don't want your stomach to be heavy.
Exactly. So what do you plan to eat later for lunch?
Good old kimbap would be good enough, right?
Kimbap.
Anytime, it works for
What's
Koreans.
your favorite kind of kimbap?
My favorite is...
Do you have a preference?
Yes, cheese kimbap. I know it's...
Cheese. I love cheese kimbap too.
Does cheese pair well with kimbap? I think it does.
It does. Of course it does.
Yeah,
Very
it's
well.
my favorite. Yeah.
What about tuna?
Tuna works as well, but I prefer cheese.
Cheese. What about... I like to eat kimbap with chili pepper, 매운 고추 in it.
Okay.
What do you think about it? Can you eat spicy food?
I'm not great at spicy food. Yeah, I think I've lived in London for too long in the UK, so I'm not the best with spicy food. Just a bit of spice works, but not overdoing it.
All right, so you're going to have cheese kimbap for lunch to answer Estelle Sabrina's question. And the next question, Chef, would you like to read the next comment?
Yes, so Kitty said, Chef Hanbit, welcome to Wonder Hours. Can you give me some tips on how to become good at cooking? And for now, I can only make simple food, and how you got ideas to make new recipes.
Good question.
Okay, how can you become good at cooking? I think it's a lot about practice. It's really about cooking again and again, and it's about correcting your mistakes. Yeah, if you made a mistake, then just go back and just cook it again. But don't cook and repeat the same mistake, but tweak something, right? That's the whole point.
Ooh.
Yeah, tweak it, change something, think about it, and then you'll end up with a better outcome, right? Yeah. And what was the next question? Sorry, I just missed it.
What was...
Her second part of the question was...
Yeah, she had another question. Can we go back to the questions?
Yes.
Ooh.
How do I make new recipes?
Yeah.
I think it's all about benchmarking. You don't come up with a completely brand new recipe from ground zero. That it doesn't really work like that. So for example, like cookies.
Yeah.
You would have standard cookie recipes on the internet, on Google, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then you search for it, and then that's where you start. And you add stuff onto it with your pastry knowledge, and that's where you end up with your unique recipe.
That's right. And you add your own flavor to it.
Exactly. Your
So-
ideas. Yeah.
So you have the base recipe and then you add your own flavor.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
your personality to the cookies. So we know you're a great pastry chef, but are you also good at cooking meals?
Not at all. I'll be honest.
That's a different story.
That's a different story.
Because you can be a really good cook,
I
but you
agree.
can be bad at baking.
I have absolutely
opposite.
no experience in food. Well, I did
Except
galbi.
for burgers.
Yeah, except for burgers. Yes. Yeah, cooking in general, not really.
Not even
I've never
K-food like jjigae.
Well, I've never actually really tried.
What?
Yes, I lived alone for a while, but then I actually never thought about cooking. It's just...
Oh, you never tried cooking?
No, not really.
K-food?
No.
So you just, okay.
Yeah, I always ate out, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the restaurants are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I asked.
Yeah.
An ambiguous radish says, wow, I majored in math as well, and it was definitely no walk in the park.
It's, yeah, I think that's true. It's not a walk in the park. Maths as a degree at university is a whole new different level.
I can't imagine.
I thought I was decent at maths when I was in high school. I went to uni, and then I became totally humble. Yes.
I know what you're talking about. That's how I felt when I first came to JYP.
Okay.
I thought I was the best dancer in Hong Kong, and when I came to JYP,
Yep.
I became very humble too.
Yeah.
Yep, we're all on the same page. And would you like to read the next message?
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So Johnny says, I feel like layer cakes would be the most mathematical food. It has a regular cylinder shape. Yes. So you can apply pi and radius. Yes, math is kicking in here. Yes. Plus the layers can be symbolic of the foundation of math principles. Yes, that's a really good point. I did mention earlier that you use basic arithmetic, but yes, you do use slightly, well, a bit more of math. You can, especially with circles. So for example, if you're using let's say a 10 centimeter diameter pan, and you want to increase that, you want to make a larger one, and you increase that to a 20 centimeter pan, then you think it's twice, but it's not, because it's not just length, but it's talking about areas. Yeah, I know you might get bored here, right here, but blah, blah, blah. Yeah, yeah, okay, all right, I'll stop there.
I was kind of lost for a few seconds.
But yes, as Johnny said, you can use a bit of math, but you don't use like calculus in baking.
All right. So as I mentioned, I'm going back to baking. You are also a YouTuber.
I am a
And
YouTuber, yes.
Your YouTube channel now boasts over 50,000 subscribers.
500,000.
500,000.
Yes. Yeah, so a bit more than 500,000 at the moment. Yes.
Oh my gosh. And is your YouTube channel in English?
I've actually got two channels. So one's in Korean and one's in English.
Oh,
So the first,
see.
well, the one there is the Korean channel, but I've got an English channel.
Do you have two channels?
Yes, the channel name is Hanbit Cho is my name. So yes,
Because I did research search you on
Yeah.
YouTube, and I found an English version.
So that's the YouTube channel that I started with. And then I quickly realized that I didn't have many Korean subscribers at all. So 2 to 3%. And I'm based in Korea. So I thought that was a bit funny. So, and that's why I made a Korean only channel about 2 years afterwards.
I see. But your English channel is doing much better.
Much
I
better.
see.
Yeah, it started ahead as well.
And
Yeah.
you're also doing Instagram.
I do Instagram. Yes. Yeah, I've got an Instagram account. Yeah.
So what led you to begin your journey on YouTube?
Yes. So that all started with COVID.
Oh.
Yes.
So it hasn't been that long.
No, not that long. About
Right.
4 years, 3-4 years.
4 years.
Yeah. Yes. So back then I was teaching, but those were all offline classes, right? And then COVID kicked in, and I couldn't run the classes anymore. So I thought I might as well start YouTube. It was a good opportunity, so that's how I started. Yeah.
I see. So COVID, well, that
Yeah.
was when you started. So looking at your YouTube videos, they look so like polished and so organized. Do you have a YouTube team, or do you do this by yourself?
Funny enough, I actually do everything myself.
No
So
way.
everything myself. It's a lot of work.
Wow.
I-
But it's such
yeah.
good quality.
Thank you.
So you're also
Thank you.
good at YouTubing? What are you not good at? Let's talk about that.
Uh,
You can bake, you can do math, you can edit your own videos and do 촬영 by yourself. What is your
My weakness?
Yeah, your weakness.
would be sports.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, there we go.
It's my absolute weakness. I don't
Do you
like sports and I don't do sports.
Not at all? Or do you have
No,
a
I go
favorite?
to the gym once in a while,
Gym.
or I run, but not often though.
We're on the same page.
Yeah,
Me
okay,
too.
great.
Yay.
I feel you.
I feel you. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So I've tried editing my own videos on YouTube, and it takes a day, like a whole day.
Yes.
Do you do the subtitles yourself too?
Yes, but
That takes forever, doesn't
But
it?
it's sort of automated at the moment. Well, these days,
Oh,
you just click a
yeah.
button, it recognizes your voice, and it spits out the captions for you. You do need to re-edit the captions, but using technology, it speeds things up. Although you do need to put in the hours, though. Yeah.
So I'm really bad with technology, so I didn't know about that. That 기능.
Okay.
So I translated everything by myself, but
It takes hours.
it took me a whole day.
Total manual work.
Oh my gosh! If
Yeah.
only I knew this earlier, it would have saved so
Yeah.
much time.
But it does take me at least half a day to edit the videos.
Half a
so,
day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You must be so busy doing all this, so much
I
on
still
your
manage.
plate.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Oh, and we're watching your YouTube right now, and that's your bakery.
Yes, that's my shop. Yes,
Is
Wonder
blue your
Cookies.
favorite? Is blue your favorite
It's
color?
blue and red at the same time. So I like those colors. It's a nice kind of combo. Yeah.
Wow, it's so beautiful. How do you come up with the video ideas?
It's a good question. In terms of my standard YouTube videos, they're very educational. The way I run my videos, they're very educational. So in a way, they're a bit heavy. They're not like something that you watch in bed, right? It's something that you'll watch before you actually tackle your pie or your tart, right?
When you're really eager
Yes,
to learn.
it's a bit heavy. So in a way, it's very easy for me to make the videos because it's very educational. I just need to get on and just talk about the tart that I'm going to make today, give tips. And then, so in a way, the only thing I need to think about is what I'm going to make today, right? So, yeah, which dessert am I going to make? That's the only thing I need to think about.
I'm sure many pastry beginners and students would love watching your
Yes,
program.
lots of them, and I hope it helps. And I get a lot of feedback that it was very helpful, which is great. Yeah.
And which video did the best? Has the most views?
Yes, I have the tiramisu video. I think it's definitely more than 1 million. I'm not sure. I haven't kept track of it.
Wow.
But let's take a look. It's
Tiramisu. Oh,
at 2 million, right?
is that easy
2.3
to make?
million.
2.3 million.
Yeah.
Is it easy to make as a beginner? Because I'm not a good.
No, it's not difficult to hit 2.3 million. That's my only video that's above 2 million. Even my other videos can't hit that. It's very difficult.
What about when it comes to like as a beginner as a beginner baker?
Yeah.
Which recipe should I try first? What's the easiest recipe
The
that I
easiest
can
ones
try?
would be, I guess, cookies.
Cookies?
Cookies are one of the
Oh.
easier ones. Yeah. Although there are, it's one of the easier ones. And let's say anything to do with what we call travel cakes. So they're like madeleines, finances, pound cakes. So those are the easy ones where you don't need lots of equipment, relatively simple ingredients. Yeah, they're definitely easier than, let's say, mousse cakes or anything like to do with tarts. So yeah, go for those first.
I've tried banana cake.
Yes,
That
banana
was
bread
not-
type
yeah,
stuff.
banana bread.
Banana bread.
That
Yeah,
was
those are
okay.
easy. Carrot cakes, banana bread, those are the easy ones. Yeah, and they taste amazing, right?
Yeah.
Banana bread with cinnamon. It's
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Can you make apple pies?
Yes, definitely.
Wow.
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
Apple pies. Yes.
Ooh, with lots of cinnamon.
Yes.
Oh, lovely. So what defines K-style American cookies?
Korean style American cookies. So there are two parts to it, right? You've got the Korean style and you've got the American
Yes.
part. So talking about the American part, what I think of American cookies is that they're large. Yeah. So when we talk about cookies, well, let's talk about the weights. They're usually kind of below 100 grams, right? But when we say the American cookie that I think of, the large cookies would be 150 grams plus. So they're very heavy. They're meaty. They're heavy, and also American cookies being very sweet is another
Yeah.
characteristic. Yes. So that's like 160 grams.
I have to show my listeners.
They're around kind of 160 grams.
Oh.
So that whole thing, that packet of 10 would be a kilo, well, 1.6 to 1.7 kilos. Which is a very light dumbbell, right?
Light dumbbell. Oh.
Yes. So yeah, being sweet and being large would be what I call American cookies. But then coming to the Korean style,
Yes.
I would say it's less sweet.
Less sweet.
Less sweet. So if you try my cookies later, they're less sweet than the
that's good.
standard American cookies that you would have.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm actually running this business in Korea, so
Yes.
I need to adapt to the market. So that's one, and the other is about the texture of the cookie, and
It's so important.
Koreans like chewy stuff, like duck,
Me too,
right?
me too, yeah,
You
yeah,
like
yeah.
chewy stuff, right? It's very difficult to make chewy cookies unless they go into the fridge. So at room temperature, it's very difficult to be chewy, but you can achieve a soft/chewy texture, which I've done here.
Wow.
Yes, so it's not 100% chewy, but they're soft/chewy. So that's the kind of the Korean characteristic of my cookies.
My mouth is watering. I like cookies with crispy
Yes,
edge
yeah,
and chewy on the inside.
right, yeah.
I think
That's exactly those.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to try it. All right, it's time for another song break and another request by our guest. So this is 성시경 with 내게 오는 길, The Road to Me. That was 내게 오는 길, The Road to Me by 성시경. And if you're just tuning in, I'm joined by pastry chef and YouTuber Cho Hanbit for this week's Good Vibes Only. So what made you choose these wonderful songs?
Well, they're a classic, right? So these songs are actually pretty old. And it sort of tells our guest that what my age might be. But yes. But these are the songs that I just listened over and over again when I was back in London, in the UK. Yeah, I love them.
I love your song choices because I'm a big fan of K-ballads too. In fact, it's my favorite genre. Like, it is your favorite too.
Yes.
Oh, and you were saying your favorite singer
Is Kim Yeonu.
Kim Yeonu.
Yeah, his voice is magical.
Magical. I love his music too. And let's take a look at some comments. Would you like to read the comments?
Yes, from Sobin. Wow, I like how he mixes culture with the cookies he makes in Saudi. So you're in Saudi, right? Okay. Yes, I lived in Saudi as well. I lived in Jeddah when I was young. Yes.
Oh,
All right.
when you were young.
When I was young, yeah. So that was back in the middle school. Yes, I lived. So
Because
Jeddah
your
is.
parents?
So it looks like she's in. I'm not sure where she lives, but probably Riyadh or Jeddah. But yeah, I lived there with my parents. Yes.
For how long did you live?
For a couple of years.
Couple of
Yes,
years.
and then I went to the UK after then.
Wow,
Yes.
you had a dynamic
I did.
life.
I lived in Hong Kong as well.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That
Why?
was during the
When?
handover, 96, 97.
I was in Hong Kong there too in 96, 97.
Okay, we have a lot to catch up.
Oh, wow. For your father's job?
Yes, yes.
Oh, so
We
I
didn't
guess
go to the same
your
school,
dad-
did we?
Wait, which school did you
I was at HKIS.
Oh my gosh. HKIS.
Okay, all right.
Everybody's dream school.
Okay, all right.
We were at a good school. I was not there. I went to a local school in
Okay,
Hong
okay.
Kong.
All right.
Wow, we have so much in common.
Oh,
I didn't know you.
She lives in Riyadh. All right.
Riyadh.
Nice to meet you. Yes.
Is there anything more surprising that we need to know?
I think that's pretty much it. Well, when I was young, I lived in Jakarta as well. So yeah.
Wow.
So I lived abroad quite a bit.
Do you plan to go abroad again?
In the future, yes. Related to business, that's my wish.
What?
Yeah, to expand.
To expand.
Yes, yes, yeah.
But are you going to be based in Korea?
Yeah, I think I'll be based in Korea, but my expansion plans are outside of Korea, yes.
Oh, I see. Wow, that's amazing. And the Bible harpist says he is pretty much saying Americans love our sugar and sweets with his cookie comparison. As an American, his comments are accurate. Ha 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 ha. Us Americans love our food a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember seeing the cookies. I remember being shocked by the large portions when I first went to
Yes.
the States, like the pizza or the cookies, their breads.
And the
just-
sodas.
And the sodas, I
massive.
remember. I remember going to the movies and I asked for a small soda, and then they gave me like super, like an extra large size. So I said, "Oh, excuse me, I asked for a small size. This is a large, like extra large." And then I remember the waitress saying, "This is small."
It's the size of your head, right? It's like
Wow, it was a culture shock to me. And when I went to Japan, I was shocked by how small the portions
complete
were.
opposite. Yeah.
I guess Korea portion is somewhere in between.
between, yeah.
In the middle. Oh, they're huge. Yeah. So you've been able to mix your two passions, math and baking, through an educational program teaching children math
Yes.
through baking. Wow. How did that happen?
So at the end of last year, I shot a series with EBS. It was a totally educational program,
Yes.
and it was aimed at elementary school, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade.
Wow.
Yeah, math curriculum in Korea. And so, as I mentioned earlier, it was something like, it's about changing portions, yeah, reducing sizes of the cookies, how should you do the calculations, talking about percentages, ratios.
Wow.
So a bit more than simple arithmetic.
I
but-
love that.
Yes.
Can I send my son to your
Oh, you can
baking?
watch it. Yeah, it's on the internet.
Oh,
so you can
it's on the
Yes,
internet.
Yes.
Do you have a one-day class, something that we can attend to offline?
I don't at the moment, but I can think about it,
Please,
right?
Yeah,
Yes.
make a class for. Whoa! How
Yeah.
about this? A class for mom and children.
Yes. And in English as well, right?
In-
Yeah, that works, right?
Perfect. So many people are gonna sign up. Mom and children English baking class.
Yeah.
Who would not go for that in
Very,
Korea?
yeah.
Wow, I love it. I'm so excited. Yay.
So it was a 14-episode program, so it's
I
quite long, and it pretty much covered almost, not all, but quite a lot of the aspect of the Korean math curriculum for elementary school.
I love the concept. It's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's baking and math. And so the idea was that a lot of kids lose interest in math at elementary school. So that's where it happens. Right? It doesn't happen at middle school, but it happens at elementary school.
Yeah.
So it's imperative that you kind of ignite the interest in maths at an early age at elementary school so that you don't give it up when you enter middle school.
Whose idea was that? I think it's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, it was a producer at EBS who came up with the idea. Yeah.
And EBS is a wonderful program. I used to do MC
Okay. All right.
for a show there too. Oh, wonderful. So you also delved into music?
I did. I did play the piano. Not anymore. Not much of it, but I did play the piano. Yes.
You are full of surprises. You had a few piano albums under your name?
Yes, I'm actually a classical pianist by training. Yep. And I actually obtained diplomas in piano performing as well.
Oh, amazing.
So I'm a total classical pianist. But then when you train yourself in classical music, then you get to write music as well, right? So the piano music that I wrote are kind of easy listening piano music that anyone would love. Just easy listening that you can play in the background at a cafe, those type of music.
So would this kind of music be the type, would you play these music at your bakery store?
Yeah, it's something that you can play, yeah, exactly, at the background. It's perfect for cafes, yeah. Yeah, indeed.
Because at cafes and restaurants, I think the music is also very important.
Yes.
Do you select the music?
I do select sort of jazz at the moment to keep the vibe going. So I guess my piano music might be slightly too calm, I guess. But it can work, yes.
I see. Oh, and it's already time to say goodbye.
Aha, already.
Time flies. Already, yes. But before we let you go, what's next for you?
Yes, so as I mentioned earlier, I want to expand my venture, right? My newest venture. And I guess the first step would be to expand in Korea. But the midterm and the long-term plan would be to expand outside of Korea. And so I'm thinking of expanding into Southeast Asia. So let's say Singapore, Malaysia, or Thailand. That'll be my next step.
Wow, wonderful. And lastly, can you tell our listeners how to find you online?
Find me online. On YouTube, you can type my name, Hanbit Cho. On Instagram, it's actually my brand name. So it's Sugar Lane, which is my brand name. Yep. And yes, you
Sugar
can
Lane.
just send me messages. I'll say hello.
And offline, we can find you?
Yes, offline, you can find me Wonder Cookies at Bukchon, which is a popular tourist destination where you have the lovely palaces around it.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
If you, our listeners, haven't been to Bukchon, you should definitely visit Bukchon.
Yeah,
It's so
and our
beautiful.
shop is on your way to the Bukchon Hanok village from Anguk subway station.
Wow,
So right bang in the middle.
Ooh, would love to visit Wonder Cookies and beautiful name too.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming and for sharing your good vibes with us today.
My pleasure.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
And we're going to say goodbye to Mr. Cho Hanbit and also close the show with Kim Yeonu and his song 여전히 아름다운지, Is It Still Beautiful? As always, today's Good Vibes Only will be posted on our YouTube page at youtube.com/KBS World English. So be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you won't miss anything. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been Hyerim with producers Christina Seo and Kwon Se-ryung and writer Liz. Have a wonderful day and see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Thank you.